Zhangchen thought for a while and said, let him stay in Tokyo first, and then visit Takehiko in 2 days. Maybe his attitude will loosen. Now there are still a few days before the Chinese New Year. Let Morgan stay in Tokyo until the 12th lunar month. Then come back again. Okay. Andrew nodded and said, Cynthia will go to Orus Hill tomorrow morning. It would be great if Charlie is willing to come back for the new year. Cynthia chuckled and said casually, it is good if Charlie is willing to come back. If not, we can't force it. Zhangchen said very seriously, the Wade family itself is not considered prosperous. If Charlie is willing to come back, it will not only give the Wade family a boost, but also lock us in a marriage partner in advance. I dare not say that he can do it. Ziyu from the Su family, but at least that Sarah from the Gu family is within easy reach. Marriage with the Gu family is not bad. At least the two can be combined to suppress the Su family. Charlie's plane landed safely at Orus Hill Airport at around 10 o'clock that night. In order to give Claire a surprise, he didn't tell her of his coming back tonight. Isaac had already arranged the convoy to pick up from the plane, so when everyone got off the plane, they shared several cars and went home. Orville and Liang left separately, and Isaac took the initiative to drive Charlie back to Thompson. Charlie naturally did not refuse. After getting in the car, Isaac smiled and said to him as he drove, Master, this time we made the Su family so miserable. If the Su family knows about it, I'm afraid it will be desperate with us. It doesn't matter. Charlie said with a smile, the Su family is now hard to protect itself. It has lost so many people. It will not be able to recover in a few years. It must be overwhelming in recent years. This is. Isaac sighed. Ruoli, who was so distracted by the people of Eastcliff, was also brought in by you. The Su family really suffered a heavy loss this time. Ruoli? Charlie frowned and asked, who is Ruoli? Isaac said, this is the woman you greeted on the plane. She is Su Ruoli, one of the strongest players in the Su family. Oh. Charlie asked curiously, is she the heir of the Su family? No. Isaac said, she just happened to be Su. She joined the Su family at the age of 18 and it has only been 3 years now. However, in the past 3 years, there has been a lot of noise, and the strength is really intolerable. Charlie nodded lightly and smiled. Unfortunately, I don't have a chance to discuss with her. Isaac laughed and said, Master, she is also a master among ordinary people. How can she be compared with you? If you just say a word of thunder, I think Ruoli will turn to ashes. Charlie said indifferently, thunder, this kind of thing can't be used too often. I have the opportunity in the future. I still hope to learn from real martial arts masters. Isaac said, the national martial arts masters are basically in Eastcliff. Some serve the top families. Charlie smiled slightly, if I have the opportunity, I can go to Eastcliff again. While talking, Isaac's cell phone rang suddenly. He kept his cell phone on the cell phone holder in the car. He looked down and exclaimed, Master, it is your aunt who is calling. My aunt? Charlie frowned, and the image of a young woman appeared in his mind. He had an impression of his aunt. Aunt Cynthia was 2 years younger than his father. She was not close to his father before, and naturally she was not so close to a family of 3. In his memory, his aunt was a relatively snobby woman, because she felt that the uncle was the eldest son, so the aunt had been close to him since he was a child. Moreover, because the uncle and dad were a little uncomfortable, the aunt stood in the uncle's camp. Before, she always tried every means to help the uncle run against his dad. This was what bored Charlie. Isaac was also a little puzzled at this time, saying, I have no contact with your aunt. Don't know why she called me suddenly, so I will answer it first. Good. Charlie exhorted, don't disclose any information about me. Okay, Master. Isaac said, reaching out and pressing the answer button. As soon as the phone call connected, he respectfully said, hello, Miss Wade. Isaac was a subordinate of the Wade family, and the subordinates were called by the main family. Except for the old master, Andrew, Chang Ying and Cynthia were all major members.